Welcome to Learn and Go-Go, the podcast. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's me, Sydney. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. You can get a copy of this in paper book and ebook on learnedingogo.com. And I am so happy to be here with you guys tonight. I was just getting down a rabbit hole and I'm like, oh crap, it's 9 o'clock. So I grabbed my headphones and I'm like, oh no, the headphones aren't working. I was pushing the wrong button. So that's how we're going into tonight's show. Just to let you know, it's a little chaotic over here, but I see Erin, I see D Sleep Time, I see Sosa Berry, and I'm so glad you guys are all here tonight. And I hope that more of our crew comes on. We got Alec here. Hey, McFly. Hello. Hello. Can you not hear me? Are we good? Oh, Johnny's here. Yabba dabba doo to you too, my friend. We have Luna Projects. Hey, sweetheart. I'm so glad you are here too. I am so happy. I missed you guys this week, and I'm just glad it's Wednesday again, and we are all back. So, first things first. Oh, Lizzie's here too. Had to grab some ice cream for my dad. Awesome. I hope your dad enjoys it. Very cool. What kind of ice cream? What flavor did you give your dad? Because I've been very good at avoiding the ice cream, but I've been in the mood for it. So let's see. Oh, he had 4 days of hiccups. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. I'm glad he's feeling better. Oh, good. You're just being okay. Don't scare me like that, Alec, because we have had times when the sound has not been working. So I'm like, oh no. So let's see here. Okay, thank you. Um, can I say your actual name, D Sleep Time? I'm trying not to. I don't want to throw it out there if I'm not supposed to. But yes, I cannot wait to see you in 2 months, Johnny, for Traumathon. I think I will be seeing. Okay, I think I'll be seeing Dustin too. I just didn't want to, say anything out of turn. So hey, Reese is here too. Awesome. Oh, thank you, my awesome spooktacular friend. You are the best, and I love that you listen to my show. And I'm so glad that you listen to it in the morning too when you work out. That means so much. That is awesome. I love seeing all of you guys on here. You are fantastic, and you make my whole week. So thank you so much. So yes, definitely. Going to give a little shout out to Traumathon, which is happening July. Let me look at the calendar because I always forget the actual dates. They finally did announce it. So it's July 17th and 18th at the Mahoning Drive-In. Hey, Kyler, I missed you last week. I'm so glad you're here. Um, yeah, so if you guys can come out, they're going to be showing Frankenhooker. I love that movie. They're going to be showing Poltergeist 2, big premiere. So definitely come out. You might see some people you recognize in that. So you never know. But yes, so let me know what is going on with you guys. What can I shout out for you? What can I plug for you? Put it in the comments. I'm always happy to give you guys whatever shout out I can. And hopefully you guys are doing well. Also, let me know what you have been up to this week. Yes, Turkey Man and the Cretan twins together again. I cannot wait to take pictures. We are going to have so much fun. I wish you could make a Traumathon too, Reese. That would be so fun. We would all hang out. We would have such a blast. It's such a cool collection of just super awesome people. It's a blast. So if you can get there, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Let's see. Yes, it has been a while since you've been here. I missed you too. I'm so glad you made it tonight. That is awesome. And Kyler passed out last week. I understand. I'm so tired every night. I'm reaching that age where I'm like, should we have a breakfast podcast so my old ass isn't so tired? But you guys energize me. So the whole time leading up to 9 o'clock, I'm like, I'm so tired. And then I get on here and I'm like, yes, you guys rock. So thank you for that. That is awesome. Let's see. Oh, Alec has some new music out. So definitely, if you're not following the Music Outcast, I highly recommend it. And go. You can put your info in the comments too, Alex, so people can get on your page, follow you, follow where you're posting your music. And yes, so Severian, if you can come up this year, we are going to have a blast. Reese says I'm going to aim for next year. Okay. And you absolutely have to hang out with me and Johnny at Trimathon. For sure. Johnny's younger brother is coming this year too. So I get to meet him, which is awesome. Reaching. What are we reaching? I missed the context because you guys are like so in the comments and I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. So yeah, Luna should come out to Trimathon too. That would be so fun. Yes, it is a great group tonight. You are absolutely correct. I love you guys. You guys make my week. So, oh, reaching, yeah, reaching the age. Yeah, I've reached it, scaled it behind me now. And I was talking with So Severian earlier too about how things like just can change on a dime. So you gotta make sure you're laying the foundation for things so that when they hit you, you can kind of bounce back because it's crazy. Awesome, Alec. I see that you put your link tree in there. So thank you, my friend. I hope that everybody checks that out. Erin is going to be busy filming and avoiding alligators. If you guys missed that last week, the filming location for Erin's projects, the main water source has alligators in it. So we are all going to send our good friend Erin good juju that he is not an alligator snack because we do not want that. There's a new Evil Dead coming out in July. I don't think I knew that. Is it affiliated with Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi, or is it like totally different? I want details. Please let me know. Johnny says, fingers crossed, there's also a possibility that Johnny Necro might actually perform a Killing Innocence track from Poltergeist 2 with one of the bands at Trimathon. That would be fantastic because that, in addition to, it's at the drive-in theater. I went last year and the year before. Yeah, 2 years. So you go and you can watch. They have 3 movies a night, I believe, which is funny because it starts at dusk, so the movies go till like early o'clock, which is cool. But Uncle Lloyd is there. You can meet people that have been in the movies. All this stuff. They actually have really good food. The first year I was there, Dustin came up eating a sloppy Jose from the original Poltergeist. You know, the sloppy Joe with the bun. If you haven't seen the original Poltergeist, get Truma now. Now, I keep winding up doing like, I wish I could at least get a hey for all this promotion. They don't pay me, I swear. I just love it, so that's why I'm sharing it. But it was like a sloppy Joe that the guy Jose fell into the chopper and then he became the meat. So it had like a hilarious, you got to say it. So they were selling sloppy Jose's, but they had a vegan one, and Dustin had one and it smelled so good. I got one. It was delicious, and they have popcorn and snacks and like other stuff too. But oh wait, I'm missing a whole bunch of comments here, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. So they have the movies, they have live music, they have merch, they have food, they have really cool people. So definitely come check it out if you are anywhere close enough to get to the Mahoning Drive-In. So let's see. Aaron says, Gator comes after me. I hope he can enjoy victory with one freaking eye. And Kyler understood the reference, and Aaron said, thank you. So I'm trying to think, is that, no, it was a crocodile in Peter Pan. What alligator has one eye? All I can think of is The Water Boy with Adam Sandler, with Lizzie understood it too. When Mama said, alligators are so mean because it has so many teeth and no toothbrush. Like when I think of an alligator reference, that's what I immediately go to is The Water Boy. So I'd have to say it with my medulla oblongata. Was it Happy Gilmore? Yeah, I know it's Adam Sandler. I just couldn't remember. Okay, it is Happy. Okay, so I'm thinking Waterboy. You're thinking that's from Happy Gilmore. It's all Adam Sandler at the end of the day. Let's see. Aaron says, "Oh, we've had a bunch of heavy rain and flooding, so I'm sure we have more gators now." I saw a Johnny says to get it with a fly swatter. Johnny is starting shenanigans. I saw a video with this woman in Louisiana, and it was how to tell if the the lake, the waterway, the bayou or whatever has gators in it. And she gets down, there's like a dock. She gets down on it and she's like, see this? See this water? And she puts her hands in it and she starts like flipping the water up and all. And she's like, does it feel wet? There's gators in it. And I was cracking up. I'm like, she's probably right. They're like all over the place. Yes. We got two different Adam Sandler movies because I was going Waterboy, you guys were going Happy Gilmore. Let's see. Aaron says, I mixed the gator with a line from The Mask when the bad guy was beating him up. And Johnny says, they talk about the medulla oblongata in Waterboy, though. I thought so. Why do I think that that's in something else, too? Let's see. Dustin says, in Happy Gilmore, Chubbs has his hand bit off by an alligator, so in response, he took its eye. Okay, later, Happy kills the alligator and accidentally kills Chubbs when he shows him the animal's head. That's funny. Oh, Evil Dead update. Sam Raimi is producing one of and directed by Sebastian Banachek. I hope I pronounced that correctly. 6th movie in the franchise. Okay. I will check it out. I will absolutely check it out. Tatiana to the 6th movie in the franchise. If you are new here, Tatiana is cheers. Just means love y'all. Thank you for being here. It can be booze, it can be water, it can be a toke, whatever is your jam. Tatiana to all of you. So yeah. So for me this past week, to completely switch gears from alligators and Adam Sandler and Evil Dead, I have gone to 2 weddings in the past 2.5 weeks, and they were both fantastic. The first one, if you guys missed last week, definitely check it out on video if possible, because my amazing cousin gave me permission to share photos of her wedding, which was at White Sands National Park in New Mexico. It was a Star Wars wedding on May the 4th, and it was amazing. So definitely, if you missed last week, go back, and that way you can see the photos. This past week, I did not get a whole lot of photos. I made the conscious decision to keep the phone in the hotel room and not be distracted by it. But it was down the shore, which is what we call at the beach in this area. You don't go to the beach, you go down the shore. So did I even get, I don't even think I got photos. Nope, none. I'm just looking at my little thumbnails. But it was an absolutely beautiful ceremony. It was outdoors. We had perfect weather. And then like at night it got super windy, so we really didn't go onto the beach. But I'm like, what's with all the sand weddings? But my cousin and her now husband went to a place in Riadozo, pretty sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, and bought a lock that they engraved with their names, and there's a whole like place that all these people put locks on. Super cool. So when we were down in Wildwood, they do the same thing. So if you can see, this is all locks. And on this side is all locks. And then in the middle is all locks. And some of them were actually like exactly like the heart-shaped one that my cousin got. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Then there were master locks or combination locks. But the thing that cracked me up was the statue is a beautiful mermaid statue, which brings us back to last week, how I shared how if there's ever a big boulder, I have to hop on it like Ariel and start singing Part of Your World. So this is a mermaid statue. And you can tell that the merman is very impressed by looking at his mermaid's big eyes. So I just thought this was great because I don't know if there's supposed to be shells in her hand, but I just picture her slamming them together like cymbals. Like that when I saw that, I'm like, she's just waiting for that part of the national anthem or whatever, like that's what she looked like to me. But I was like, that must be a cool thing to have these locks now. And I think it's pretty cool. Let's see here. Tracts of land. Yes, the big, beautiful, round eyes. Her eyes are very perky. But it's a beautiful statue. And we had a lot of fun. We got there Thursday night, checked into the hotel, which was really nice. Um, and just went out to dinner Thursday night. Friday, we got up, went out to breakfast, went to the shops, walked around. That's when I saw the statue. And then the wedding was Friday evening. We had a fantastic time. The reception was at the hotel we were staying at. Convenient, so nice. And they're just one of those couples that's meant to be together, like Lizzie and Aaron. As Aaron said, I like them stone hooters. And Reese says, speaking of statues, have you ever seen the Mothman statue in person? I have not. I have not. Where is that located? Because I would like to see it. That'd be really cool. Oh, I meant to click on Lizzie laughing at Aaron's stone hooters comment. There's places like that in multiple cities, places where people put locks on a fence. I think it was in England, they had a bridge and they had to stop allowing people to do that because the locks weighed it down. And I think the bridge eventually broke or at least was in danger of breaking. So they had to put a stop to putting the locks on the bridge because it just weighed too much, all of those metal locks. Dustin says, Robin Williams joke. At one of Bono's shows, he stopped and said, every time I clap my hands, yes, yes, a child in Africa dies, so a man then yells out, stop clapping your hands. I remember that joke, yes. Reese says, they keep putting coins in the Mothman statue where the sun don't shine. I'm not making this up. Oh my gosh. I heard this morning there's, I wish I could remember where it was. Somewhere in England, because that's where the history comes from. There's centuries old building that has a bunch of gargoyles on it, and one is like a fountain, and it comes like the gargoyle is actually like spreading cheeks, full up Main Street. That's where the water comes out, and they just fixed it. I'm air quoting here with a pipe. And so now everybody's making fun of the gargoyle's colonoscopy and this and that and the other thing. So I wonder if it's kind of like the same idea. Dustin says in the Monty Python musical Spamalot, the king is trying to encourage his gay son to marry a princess. And because he says big breasts, he does the hand motion and says big tracts of land. Okay. I have not yet seen Spamalot, but I want to so bad. So bad. That is awesome. So yeah, we had an amazing time. Okay, so we get in the elevator in the hotel. We were on the third floor, and this kind of concerned me that there was a Windows update in the elevator. Obviously, it's for the screen, not the actual elevator. But I was cracking up. I'm like, oh no, restart the elevator before we get stuck. And where we went to breakfast is called the Mad Batter, and it's a really, really like awesome restaurant. It's been there forever in Cape May, and they have fresh squeezed juice, like so good. So the placemats are someone made a cartoon of Cape May, so you can see the Mad Batter, the Cricket Club. They just opened all this stuff. Well, I had totally forgotten that just outside of Cape May, is a nude beach. So when I saw this in the cartoon, I was kind of like, what's that dude doing? And then I noticed the naked woman, and I'm like, oh, and Dave's like, yeah, isn't there a nude beach? I'm like, I totally forgot there's a nude beach. And I like that the cartoon has the people in the boat going by on the Lewis Ferry, which goes from Cape May to Delaware, and they're all like waving at the naked people. I thought that was fantastic. So that was our fun excursion to South Jersey this past weekend for a wedding. It was a lot of fun. So happy that we got to celebrate. Um, oh my gosh, yeah, I thought there was nothing worse than a Windows update on the dentist screen, but the elevator, yikes. Yeah, it was a little scary. Let's see what else I missed here. Aaron says we live in the swamp. We need all the land we can get. I think you're going to have to fight gators for that, my friend. I think the gators are taking over all the land. And I think I need another Tatiana. So cheers to all of you. So, in other exciting news, today I got to go hang with So Severian, and we got to go out to lunch, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I learned that sometimes sweet potato fries come covered in sugar if you don't know any better. And it did not say that on the menu. So I was not able to eat the ones posted there. But let's see, you guys are waiting on different types of fun foods to kick in. Hey, Shani's here. Yes, lunch was awesome. We had a very, very good time. Uh, those onion rings look sexy. So Severian's got some sexy onion rings. See, this was kind of like, and the waitress was on my side. So Severian got this skillet, and it was tater tots and brisket and cheese and sweet peppers and onion rings, and I almost got it. It was Cajun season, but it seemed like it had a lot of sweet, and he confirmed that it did when he got it, so I didn't get it. So I got this burger, and I'm looking at the sides on the menu, and it's fries, sweet potato fries. I forget what else. I'm like, I don't see tater tots listed, but they're part of that meal. Can you get them? It's like, that's only with the special. She's like, I keep telling them to add tater tots. I'm like, I keep telling them. How do you have tater tots in the building and deny me tater tots? So that's why I went with the sweet potato fries. And then I was like, wah, wah, wah. So, hey, Aaliyah's here. I'm so glad that you made it. But yeah, it was very good. And the server was very sweet. So we had a really good time. That was the second place we tried to go. The first place didn't open until 4 o'clock. I'm like, what the what? Oh, Luna tried a new pizza place. How was that? Did you like it? Dave and I went to a different shore town. It's called Wildwood, and they have a boardwalk. And he used to work there in the 90s. I was not allowed to go there in the 90s because it was too violent. But he was a bartender there back when I was. We're not that much different in age, but at that time, I wouldn't have been allowed in the bar. So he has a lot of nostalgia for Wildwood. And then when our kids were little, we took them there. So we wanted to go and walk the boards, and it was so nice. I don't think I remembered to add the picture. I didn't, but on my page, on my Sydney author page, I'm pretty sure there's a picture of the one restaurant. It's called Grab a Wiener, and it's a hot dog place. And I took, I took pictures of it, and I know I posted them on my Sydney page, but we took the kids there when they were little, and our one child just laughed herself stupid at Grab a Wiener. Like, it was so funny. You did go to Wildwood with me, Shani, and that is where these photos were taken. I shared this with you guys. The front handspring that ended with me sitting on my ass in the sand. But I tried. I did try. Absolutely. Yes, tater tots rock, and tater tots should be available in more settings, I believe. Okay, it was called The Trophy, is the pizza place. And Aaron says, when I get to meet Dave, I'm going to go, my man. He is. I'm very lucky, and I'm very, very grateful that I get to share my life with him because he is awesome. But all this to say, we got pizza on the boardwalk. That's what I started to say because Luna was talking about pizza, and it was so good. And I wish I had uploaded the Grab a Wiener pictures and the pizza pictures. But we were laughing though because they had a stampede going on the beach. Now, most of the shoreline in New Jersey is what you would imagine if you've ever been to the beach, like a normal quote unquote distance. Wildwood is like a mile from the boardwalk to the water because when there's erosion, it comes all the way down the Jersey coast and like deposits and Wildwood. So every year they wind up moving sand out of Wildwood and back up the coast that comes down. But they were having a stampede. So I'm like, look at all the horses on the beach. Like I always just want to see the aminals. Oh, thank you. Yes, he is awesome, Jenny. He's a good guy. So we were like happy to see the horses because that was different. They do have monster truck rides, I guess, on the beach. And when we were walking by, like, because they have 3 piers that have roller coasters and amusement rides and stuff like that. And the one has this ride, it's called the spring shot. And it's a ball with 2 seats in it and like towers with big bungee cords. So what they do is you get strapped into the seat and they pull the ball back and they let it go and you just go flying up into the air and it spins around and everything. When the kids were little, I think my youngest was 6, so that would have made them 6, 8, and 10. That sounds right. The littlest wanted to go on. Nobody else would go with her, so mama to the rescue. I went on the spring shot with her. It was so fun. It really was. So then the older 2 could not be outdone by the younger siblings. They wanted to do it. I'm like, one a day, guys. Like, we were down for the week. I'm like, I can't do this more than once a day. I'm so glad I did it then because there's no way in hell that I would do it now. And I mean, just the spinning, I'd be barfing. But on top of it, it occurred to me also on this trip because we were talking about water slides and we're talking about the rides and everything. I can't do it anymore because of my surgery. And I'm so sad I can't do roller coasters anymore or water slides or fun rides. But I had my time and I have the DVD. So if I can find the videos, maybe I'll try and share them. They're terrible, terrible quality. But just seeing, I was more afraid of like a seagull flying by and me pulling a Fabio and getting like I know you guys, I can't say a bird to the face because I know the comments are going to light up, but you know what I mean. So, but that was really fun and we really enjoyed the weekend. So I'm glad for that. And came home and got the backyard like summer ready. So that's fun. So have you guys ever been to like a fun wedding? What kind of like wedding favors have you gotten? I'm thinking of that because for my cousins, I love my Star Wars cup. And she also like gave like a really cool bookmark. Oh gosh, I gotta reach, sorry. Which is awesome to commemorate the day. It'd be better if I held it right side up. But yeah, like super cool. And then we got saltwater taffy from the one this week. And hey, Frankie's here. Awesome. He says, thank God roller coasters are dangerous. A new friend of mine will be on one. Aaron says, my kryptonite is height. It was high. It really was high up there. Shani says, last time I was at Kings Island, Sandy and I did the swing kind of the spring shot. Sandy and I had fun, but both got sick afterwards, found out I was too old to do it. Oh my gosh. That's the worst. When you're like, let's do this ride, and then it just fucks you up. It's horrible. Frankie says, went to a wedding in Connecticut before. I was found in a bush with my feet hanging out like the Wicked Witch of the East under the house. I can see that happening, and that's hysterical. I was buzzing, girl. I know that there are photos. Hey, Keith is here. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Everybody send good juju to Keith. He had 4 wisdom teeth pulled today and is high as fuck right now. I really hope that they heal up. Oh, you got them pulled yesterday. But definitely sending you good healing energy. Make sure you take care of it. You do not want dry socket. Trust me. Do what they tell you to do with the rinsing and everything. Take care of your mouth. But it'll be so much better once it heals. I had to actually turn in my savings bonds to get my wisdom teeth pulled because I didn't have dental insurance. And they tried to have me come because I had a couple cavities too. They're like, okay, we're going to pull one and fill the cavity, and then you come back and we'll do two more, and then you come back. I'm like, screw you. You're trying to get office visit charges out of me. You're going to do it all at once, because I actually wound up going twice, but at the time I was like a mega smoker. I'm like, I don't want to have to not smoke. Like, you're going to do it. And it didn't fully numb. So, like, I felt, oh my God, it was horrible. That was like the worst dentist ever. So, I hope you have an amazing experience with it and you're fully healed and comfortable and don't have any issues. Aaron says, Lizzie is the complete opposite of me. Oh, no pics, Frankie. That's not fun. Okay. I once had my teachers call me James Bond, if that's relatable. That's so funny. Dental work is so expensive. Totally. It's ridiculously expensive. Um, and I've had like horrible dentists. I don't know. I know there's good dentists out there. I just don't seem to find them. So we're going to Tatiana to Keith. Cheers to you. But yeah, that's crazy. But I'm glad you guys are all here tonight. And yeah, so put cool wedding favors in the comments. I got, like I said, a box of saltwater taffy from this past wedding, and I can't eat it because it's sugar. So I put it on my nightstand to give to the kids. And yesterday I woke up and there were just a freaking, it was like the ant picnic coming in from the one window all over my nightstand. Had the audacity to get on my Squishmallow dinosaur named Squish. You don't fuck with Squish. Squish is my baby of my stuffed animals. So I had to get all of that. Dave sprayed, they're gone. But I'm like, sorry, saltwater taffy. You gave your life for nothing because you're in the garbage now. But yeah, there's been like, I went to one wedding where the party favors were scratch off lottery tickets. That was pretty cool. Because a lot of people do like the candles and the picture frames and all, and they're beautiful, but there's only like so much you can, like how many candles do you have and all. I have a shot glass from my sister's baby shower. That's pretty cool. Usable. Very nice. I think like our wedding, it was just the photo booth photos because we're like, people don't need anything. But there are some really clever favors that people come up with, and that's really cool. Lizzie says, as far as rides, heights don't freak me out too bad as long as I have something to hold on to. You guys, oh, are you serious? Or are you being naughty again? Because you two are so naughty. Scratchers are a fun party favor because you never know. Somebody could win it big. Aaron, you have something to hold on to. Yeah, I said it. I knew you guys were being naughty. I know you too. Yay! Shani still has pics from my photo booth. That was so awesome. So I know I've shared before. I don't think I have any on here currently. No wedding pictures on here currently. But I wore a red dress and red heels, red veil, the whole thing when David and I got married. So I was trying to find a red veil. And on Amazon, they had red bunny ears. And I like sent them to my mom as a joke, and she got all bent and like was, you're not wearing that, blah, 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 which I'm like thinking at the time I was 40 years old. I'm like, I can wear whatever the fuck I want. It's my wedding, like I'm paying for it. So, but I'm like, no, I'm joking, like whatever. But I ordered them because they were just cheap enough for a goof. And I had the photo booth lady hide them in the photo booth. So when my mom and I did pictures, I like whipped these bunny ears out and threw them on real quick, and she had no idea they were coming, and she cracked up. So photo booth pictures are so fun, and they're like, I think that they're a really great way to memorialize an event, and like it makes it fun. If I could go back in time, I would have asked every table to do a photo booth of the table because certain people didn't want to do the photo booth, didn't know it was there. So I'm missing those experiences, but it was still a lot of fun. Let's see. And Lizzie says, I was being serious. He's being serious and also naughty. Yes. Luna says, I still have a Mikasa crystal vase from some wedding shower. I told you guys about the yard sale a few weeks ago, and I actually like sold some Mikasa silver that I got from wedding number one as a present. And it didn't even occur to me that it could be worth anything. And like this guy, I made this guy's day because I'm like, what do you want to give me for it? Like, I don't need this. I want it out of my house because sometimes room is priceless. So just give me whatever you want. Take the crystal. So when you said Mikasa, when I got it, I had put it on the registry and like I just kept doing the Lion King Mufasa, but I'd go Mikasa. Like every time I'd use the crystal, I'd be like Mikasa. So that's funny. The lady in red is dancing with Dave. Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. So to completely switch gears, if Frankie is still on here, he will know the radio show of which I speak. My favorite morning radio show is called The Preston and Steve Show. Hey, Tommy is here. Hooray! I'm so glad you're here too. Um, and this morning they were talking about how Schlitz beer is being discontinued. Now, I don't think I've ever drank Schlitz beer, but my first mother-in-law used to, and like we'd tease her for it relentlessly. So little, and she was amazing. She was an amazing person. So little tear on, on the heartstrings there for her. But they started a discussion about different products that have been discontinued that you wish were still around. So I want you guys to put in the comments something that they don't make anymore that you wish was still around. So while you're putting those comments in, I'm going to read a few of these. So Tanya said, got a scratcher as a stocking stuffer. Jokes on the brother-in-law who traded me stockings. Oh my God, mine won 1,000 and he won an entry to the drawing to be on Cash Explosion Ohio Lottery Game Show. That is awesome. Good for you, Tanya. That's fantastic. Purging stuff from your house is freeing, 100%. Mikasa. Say it again. Say it again. Mikasa. And yes, Schlitz beer. Is that like you're schlitzing me? I think actually, you know what? I think I did drink Schlitz once because when we were teenagers, our neighborhood was behind like a divided highway, and the divided highway had all kinds of restaurants and stores and stuff. So my besties and I would walk to the drugstore. There was like a Kitty City toy store. There was, like we could walk to the pizza place. Everything was right there. And there was the gas station where my older brother worked for years. So I got to kind of know the people that worked there just from going up and visiting him and all. So it's Halloween, and my friends and I are all dressed up. We're still trick or treating. We were like probably 13, 14. We were teenagers. And so we went up and we were like trick or treat, and he gave the one guy that was working there gave us packs of smokes and I think Schlitz beer. And I had a witch hat, and I put my beer under the witch hat and like walked around so nobody could see it. I'm pretty sure that was Schlitz. Luna says Mayan chocolate Haagen-Dazs. I don't remember that, but that sounds really good. And Lizzie says, I want real Kinder eggs. It's stupid lame they're not available here since the ones they sell also have super tiny toys, and that was supposed to be why the real ones couldn't be sold here. Exactly. Because didn't the real ones have the toy in the chocolate? Kind of like a king cake, but like chocolate. So now you buy the Kinder egg and it has the tiny toy on the one side and the chocolate on the other. And it's, how about pay attention to what your kids are doing? Or teach them to, hey, Kinder eggs have a toy in it. So, and she says also the old Whitman sampler from before Lint. I love the Whitman samplers from like 40 years ago. They were so good. Luna says it was dark chocolate and had a hint of cinnamon. That sounds delicious. Tanya says, I miss the Twinkies from the past, like when they were huge and wrapped in foil. The ones they make today are crap. 100%. Like, and you guys know I don't eat the sweets anymore, but I like just in the store, you can see the difference in the size of the product, in the quality of the product. Like, it's so obvious. Everything from Oreos to snack cakes around here. We have a kind of snack cake. It's called Tasty Cake, and that's like a regional one. And they have they're called peanut butter candy cakes, and it's like a chocolate with peanut butter, and it's chocolate covered. Oh, they were so good. And they used to be like so big, and now they're like a quarter. And it's like, come on now. Come on now. So stupid. I forget what else I saw, and I'm just like, what happened to it? But yeah, Twinkies, they have definitely changed. And do you remember when they came out with the diet Twinkies? I forget what they were called, but they were like Twinkie Light or something like that. So my friend at the time and I were going on a road trip, and they didn't have the regular Twinkies, so we bought the diet ones. I wish I could remember what they were called. They sweat in the heat. I was scared to eat it. The little plastic wrapper was full of like sweat, not condensation. It was they that can't ugh, gross. So Severian says Russell Stover's gone straight to hell. Hmm. Yep. So some of the ones that they mentioned on the show today were the Kudos granola bars. Do you remember them? They were chocolate covered granola bars. I forgot all about them until they mentioned them, and they were really cool. And then there was the ones that they brought back on Stranger Things. They had for a very limited time, and they were kind of, I think they were a granola bar, but they were like round and they were stuffed with chocolate, if I'm remembering correctly. So Severian says sweaty sweetsels. Yeah, they were gross. Lizzie says Lint bought them and kneecapped them. I was shocked when I learned Russell Stowe first bought Whitman, but wasn't responsible for changing the samplers. The samplers were so special. Like growing up, my grandmom would get them for us, and she didn't care if you bit one you didn't like and you put it back and got another one. Like she was just like, no, tastes like ass. You don't have to eat that. Eat the ones you like. They were amazing. I love the original Whitman samplers. It's gonna bother me. I can't think of the granola bars that they brought back on Stranger Things because they were round too. Dang it. Should have looked this up. But yeah, the kudos were the chocolate covered granola bars. Um, the Viennetta. Do you remember the commercial with the Viennetta? It was like an ice cream log, and they'd cut a slice off of it and put it on. Maybe it was a Mikasa crystal. You know, thing. It kind of looked like the Fancy Feast when they put the cat food out for the cat on the like stemmed crystal. But Viennetta looks so fancy. I always thought Viennetta was like rich people food, like how I thought Grey Poupon was rich people food, and International Delight coffee I always thought was like rich people food, just because of clever marketing. And I always thought I will never get to eat that because I'm not rich. Lizzie says I miss Viennetta so much, fanciest dessert ever, right? Little the slice and then the stemmed crystal. You are schmancy. You had to eat that with your pinky up. That's how fancy that shit was. Um, Ecto Cooler High C, obviously marketed for the Ghostbusters movies. And in that vein is a lot of cereals. You know, your Mr. T cereal, your they've had so many different cereals just marketed for movies and cartoons and stuff. Um, but one cereal I remember from when I was little was called Body Buddies. I don't know if you remember those. They were round like kicks, and they had basically looked like little Richard Simmons on the front of the box. They were like blonde kids with afros. Body Buddies. I think they came in two different flavors. Aaron says the only thing I can say about what I'm working on for the contract is a demonic hand. Okay. Boppers. I think you're right. I think that is the granola bars that were on Stranger Things. I think you were absolutely right. They were like round, and I think they were filled, if I'm remembering correctly. Could be completely having my wires crossed. Do you guys remember, not that they need to bring this back, do you remember the fake bacon? It was called Sizzline, and it was like strips of, it was supposed to be better for you bacon. That got kicked to the curb as it should. Nobody wants bacon. Google to the rescue. Thank you, Shani. Yes. I was wondering if you Googled that or if you remember boppers, but yes, I'm pretty sure it was boppers. Um, But I remember watching like Price is Right and stuff, and they would have the sizzling was like a consolation prize. And they had let's see what else is on this list. The Orangina soda. They don't sell that anymore. Um, and there was also, I think they got rid of Slice and now it's Starry. I think that's Pepsi's lemon lime. They don't have the Slice anymore, but they had orange Slice. They had all different kinds of Slice and Orangina, and there was another one. I don't remember. But it's funny to see how the even the main brands go through rebranding. Like there was Pepsi Light before it was Diet Pepsi, and there was Pepsi Blue, which was sounds like it will turn your pee colors. Um, and then of course the whole new Coke controversy when that came out, and that was crap. So they went back to Coca Cola Classic. Aaron says the 80s also had a candy called Bonkers. I do remember that. I remember that. Luna is agreeing with me that sizzling is nasty. Hmm. And she also remembers Orange Slice. Shani says old school Price is Right was epic sick day fun. 100%. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Back when Bob was on with his dark hair back in the day. Um, some of this stuff, like I was pretty good at the guessing the prices of things, but then you had to remember to add the California, like added a little bit more expensive because it was in California. Pepsi Clear, yes. Crystal Pepsi, said no one ever. There was a commercial for Pepsi Light that had a bunch of NFL players singing in it about how they love Pepsi Light. And it would be like, that little drop of lemon makes it taste so right because we hate most everything, but we love Pepsi Light. Why do I remember that? Couldn't tell you. If I used my brain for like scientific smart stuff, I could take over the world. But instead, we have the Pepsi Light commercial taking up brain cells. Okay, Tanya says might just be me, but Coke Zero tastes a lot like New Coke. Interesting. When um when I still drank soda, I drank Diet Coke and Dave drank regular Coke. So we're like, let's try Coke Zero because it's supposed to taste like regular Coke, but it's supposed to have. Not a fan. Was not a fan of Coke Zero, but I know a lot of people like it. Lizzie says, last time they brought back Crystal Pepsi, my mom cleared out the PX of them, and I was so happy I had to ration myself. That's so funny. I do. I absolutely do remember any jingle or song from the 80s and 90s. I remember a lot for sure. Aaron says, I want my fudge filled cookies back from the elves. Yes. Yes. And they also had the fudge stripes. Do they still sell those ones? I don't know. I have not looked. Um, I just thought of something else. The Snackwells, talking about like them trying to sell healthy things. Do you remember the Snackwells cookies? They were like devil's food, and they had that little stripe of like marshmallow. They were talking about that on the show this morning too. They had different Snackwells cookies. Luna says the stripes I think are in stores. I was going to say I don't think they got rid of them. They're probably this big now, but they still have them. So many things growing up. So the other thing, a non-food thing, is I miss Mentadent toothpaste. I wish that would come back with the pump. It was like it was a pump toothpaste, but for grown-ups. I like that a lot. And that got, I don't know why they got rid of Mentadent toothpaste, but you can't find that anymore. Shani says Devil's Food Snackwells. Yes. I feel like we had them in college. I feel like my mom might have sent them in a care package along with the Fruity Pebbles and the pork roll. Aaron is not a fan of Sun Chips. I love the Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. My youngest loves the salsa ones. I like Sun Chips. They still sell them for sure. I've been noticing that Pringles has lost its damn mind. Like, just because you can do things doesn't mean that you should. And we do not need 50,000 flavors of Pringles, in my opinion. I saw Italian meatball Pringles the other day. Stop it. Stop it. And they're like almost $3 a can now. Stop it. That's all I have to say about that. Uh, Let's see. Everything's better with Blue Bonnet on it. That's so funny. I don't remember that commercial, but I do remember the little kid that came out with the big king. It wasn't a crown, but it was like a, I guess it had a crown on it and the robe, and it would go dun da 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 Imperial. I remember that butter commercial. Lizzie says, I loved it and hated it because it was super hard to get both sides to come out even. I forget what we're talking about. Tanya says, my daughter started drinking Coke Zero because she had gestational diabetes, so she got me into drinking it. Became a habit, still prefer regular Coke. It's easy to pick up those habits. And Luna says, garden salsa sun chips. Yep. Tab, they were talking about Tab on the show this morning. I feel like I've seen that recently. I feel like it was making a resurgence. But I remember when I went to camp, both as a camper and as a counselor, we had a soda machine in, it was called the canteen. It was the camp store. And I remember Tab being in the soda machine back when you pop it and pull the tab, like not the pop ones now, but the ones that actually used to come off, and you'd have like the ring with the kind of teardrop shaped tab on your tab. I always think of camp when I think of that. Aaron says they'll keep the Pringles and offer you sun chips. I love Pringles, but they have like beer can chicken, and I don't know. It just gets to the point where it's like silly, and I don't see like $3 for a can of Pringles. Like, come on now. I know everything's more expensive, but I don't even think they're made from actual potatoes. I think they're like alien chips, and they're delicious, and I will eat an entire can in one sitting. But oy oy oy. Lizzie says Pringles is unhinged. I don't even like the flavored ones, but it's fascinating to see what they came out with. The Minecraft. Oh, both sides of the toothpaste pump. Yes, yes, because it would have the blue side and the white side. And you'd have to like push the right amount of pressure to get the toothpaste. I totally forgot about that. You were absolutely correct. Oh, yeah, Pringles with Alestra, who wanted to eat chips that made you crap yourself. That was the biggest thing about that because that was in the snack wells too. The Alestra, I think they called it Olean was the brand name. And it was like may cause anal leakage. Like there's a side effect I'm not rolling the dice on. I'm sorry. That's oh oh my gosh. Yeah, that was horrible. But there were a lot of chips and stuff that had that Olestra in it. Lizzie says HEB sells the party size Pringles for $2, so we get that for road trips. Pringles and beef jerky, it gets us places. Absolutely road trip food. Corn nuts are a road trip food for sure. Cheddar cheese pretzel combos, gotta have for a road trip. I used to love the nacho ones. Had them not that long ago. I think they changed it. Not as good anymore. But the cheddar cheese pretzel ones still hold up. Love them. Chocolate covered Pringles are so good. I don't know if I've ever had them. I've had chocolate covered Ritz, but I mean, I can see that salty sweet. Okay, you're a pizza combo fan, Luna. I respect that. And laughing, it may cause anal leakage. That's what the commercials used to say. They're trying to sell you food and they're like, it may come running out your butt. That's, that's a gamble you have to take. Aaron says, grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. Luna likes the chili lime ones. That's so funny. Was that the actual ad? Was bust a nut? Because that's hilarious if that was their ad campaign. So the last thing that I have on this list of things that I wish they still had is the Weaver chicken croquettes. My mom used to buy that brand, and they look like a little Christmas tree. They were the only ones that didn't taste like sawdust to me because, like, I will go out to the diner and get chicken croquettes, and it's like sawdust that they ran by a chicken. Like, it doesn't taste the same. But the Weaver ones, that brand, Weaver brand in the blue box, I loved them. So I looked up, I was like, do they still sell these? Because I wanted to make sure. It says they were discontinued late 2000, early 2010s, but some retailers may still sell them. Absolutely not. I don't care if they're frozen. Some people believe you can put things in the freezer and they will last for a millennia, but no, it is chicken. Absolutely not. Um, but Tyson bought Weaver and discontinued the chicken croquettes. But there's a petition to bring them back. So I think after the show, I'm signing this petition because I loved Weaver chicken croquettes. Shani says road trip food for me is cinnamon bears, gardettos, and bugles. Okay, I know bugles. Are cinnamon bears, is that a candy or is that like Teddy Grahams? Because there were the cinnamon Teddy Grahams. I don't know what gardettos are, but it's I love bugles. I love getting squeezy cheese and filling the bugle with the squeezy cheese and eating it. And you got to put the bugles on your fingers and pretend you got like witchy nails. That's like unwritten rules here. It was their campaign. Okay. And Lizzie says they were not shy who they were marketing to. Absolutely. Buggles. What are buggles? I don't know what they are. Or do you mean bugles? Bugles are a great road trip treat for sure. Excuse me. Oh no. Varian rolled the dice and lost in the Olean game. That's terrible. Okay, so they're candy. Okay, Teddy Grahams were little graham crackers shaped like teddy bears. They might still, I feel like they still sell them. And I would buy them. Some of you guys know I love to do cake decorating. So when my kids were little, I would, like do whatever themes they wanted. And my youngest wanted a beach cake. So I did like the sand and the thing. And then I did like I don't know if I took for roll ups or fruit stripe gum or whatever. I made like little surfboard and put the Teddy Graham like surfing because you could use Teddy Grahams to act out whatever your scene was. And I'm pretty sure that when I was in school and we had a group project where we had to make a scene from the book we were reading, which was Lord of the Flies, and my group did the island, and we made little trees and we put the runts candy in the trees, and I'm pretty sure we had Teddy Grahams living on the Lord of the Flies island as well. I believe they do still make bugles, Tanya. I feel like I have had them somewhat recently, not like in the past few months, but in my recent years, I feel like I have gotten bugles. Oh, Lizzie says, I'm so jealous of Shannon. Cinnamon bears are one of my top 5 favorite candies, but they are so hard to find here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tanya. I read it wrong when I said bubbles because that sounded like a snack. Like that totally sounds like it could be a snack. Shani says, cinnamon bears are like a mix of gummy bears and fruit snacks, softer than gummy bears. Okay, cool. Let's see. Teddy Grahams dunked in cake frosting is a nice snack occasionally. I can see that. My mom used to use the leftover cake icing and make like saltine sandwiches with the icing in the middle. And it sounds gross, but it was really good. I think it's that salty sweet going on again. I remember her making us like little saltine sandwiches with icing because moms will let you eat whatever you want. Chewy Tart and Tiny. Hey, Darren's here, confirming that bugles are still around. Awesome. Hi, Darren. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Buggles did do Video Killed the Radio Star, which, if you think about it, there's still radio stations, but MTV doesn't play videos anymore. So video, in fact, did not kill the radio star. Tanya has not found them anywhere around here for a long time. We're going to have to start a trading community where it's like Shani can send Lizzie cinnamon bears and we can send Tanya bugles and like we'll just all trade. Shani and I used to actually do that because I would send her tasty cakes and she would send me Ale soda and was it Gold Star chili and Grippo's chips. Oh, Grippo's chips. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. If you guys have never had Grippo's. Yum. Luna's happy to send. Awesome. I'm always encouraging you guys to to interact with each other and follow each other. Yes, grippos. Grippos are so good. Oh, yum. Now I want some grippos. Tatiana to that. So I think it would be fun to actually have like a snack exchange program because a lot of stuff is regional. So it'd be really cool. Yeah, barbecue grippos, Tanya. You know what's up. That's awesome. What kind do I want of the grippos? We will talk. We will talk for sure. I know Dave found them online and bought them and was selling them at the deli for a little bit. But I don't think that we do that anymore. Grippo sea salt and vinegar. We can't send candy overseas. Why not? I send it to New Zealand. Is that like a new thing? Because I know I send Big League Chew. I actually send a whole bunch of candy to my godsons in New Zealand. So unless something's changed, it's not cheap. Everything's sending everything's mega expensive, which is another reason why we need to all just get together. We need to find a central location and go hang out sometime because that would be fantastic. Because I love you guys. But in the meantime, we'll just have to keep meeting here on Wednesdays because I look forward to this so much. And I love all of you guys that hop on here and join in the chat. And once again, I'm just going to plug my book real quick, which is Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, which you can get at learnedingogo.com because I'm so bad at self-promotion. So we're just going to pop that up here again. Oh, and I brought it up last week, and I just want to remind you guys, if you have a project that you are promoting and you have stickers, posters, like not huge posters, like, I think they're 16 by 10. Does that sound like a size? Something like that I can put on the Polecast wall and promote for you. I want to start doing a weekly video where I focus on one thing and send your information so people can follow you and buy your product and support your project, whatever it is. So please, if you have something like that, send me a message so we can figure out what to send and I'll tell you where to send it to and stuff like that because I really want to start actively promoting everyone that I love more actively. So please let me know. Oh, thank you, Luna. It's so funny. She said, love your eyeshadow. I played with a new kind tonight. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do purple because I got the purple. It's my favorite color. So everything purple. But thank you for noticing. I appreciate that. Because we have chemicals in our candy. We sure do. We had a lot of stupid shit that doesn't need to be in there. And I don't understand why. Sort of has to do with making rich people richer. But anywho, the police took her case over Twizzlers? That's a little crazy. That's totally crazy, huh? We're living in some wackadoodle times, but I'm not going to start down that rabbit hole because it has been over an hour already and I cannot believe it. But I hope you guys have had as much fun as I have. Like I said, I just love hanging out with you guys every week. Thank you for hopping on here with me. Please share these. Also, please share my daily positive affirmations. I post them on my Learned in Go-Go, the podcast, Facebook page, and my YouTube and my Instagram. They're always under 3 minutes. They're short, shareable, good way to share a smile. I just try to keep putting positive energy out there and giving everybody just a little lift in their day. So until next week, if things are going rough and you're dealing with a lot, just remember you always, always, always have to take on problems head on because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from the world, but everybody else just sees a big ass. Love ya.